before you go, because you're on the floor. First question was actually, how much do you love your AV guy?
Are you AV guy? Well, love's a bit of a strong word. He's a good friend. Yeah, I mean, I've got some good friends in the industry, you know, and a lot of friends who have their own movie rooms. So, you know, for years I've been into it, and I knew exactly what I wanted. Probably went a little bit, did I go a little bit over the top? No, probably not. Actually, I was quite sensible in some ways. Some people had said go separates, but I didn't. I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted somewhere to enjoy, but without thinking, you know, I'd spent an absolute fortune on it. And for some people, they'd say it's a lot of money, but for me, it isn't. You know, I get pleasure out of it. I worked extremely hard. I'm a single dad of 2 kids, so when I get chill out time, obviously, you know, looking after 2 young kids, I can't just go down the pub with friends and things like that. It's not easy to do that. So my time, I put myself in the cinema room, have a beer, watch a movie, yeah, and it relaxes me. In this day and age, it isn't a lot of money, you know, but I wanted something that in 4 years' time I could still enjoy. You know, I didn't want to feel like, oh, I've got to now spend another so many thousands to get the next greatest. I wanted something that was going to last a while. How did I find out about you? I found out about you Instagram, because I use Instagram in my business, and the industry I was in, I knew one of your previous clients, Stephen, Professor Green. You done a retrofit for him, went and sorted his place out. I'd looked at the Instagram pictures, saw the quality of your work, which to me was second to none. You know, if I'm spending good money on things, I want them done right. I want it done right. My life is very busy, you know. As I say, being a full-time dad of 2 kids and running 2 businesses, I don't have a lot of free time. So I didn't want to be always chasing people saying, you know, oh, this has gone wrong, that's gone wrong, and stuff like that. And normally you can tell how good something's going to be by the quality of their work, and the fact that I'd looked at your racks and see how you'd done the wiring, even all the tie wraps in the same direction. You spend good money, you want good quality work, you know, and I know what is behind the scenes as well is still good quality. You know, what people don't see is still good quality. Most people don't see the back of a rack, you know, but it's important because it means that something's less likely to go wrong. And if there is a problem, I know you guys can sort it out straight away. Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't think, you know, there's lots of home automation systems out there, and I had looked at a lot of others, and I wanted it to make my life more comfortable and easier. And Control4 is a great system. But at the end of the day, it's down to the installer. If you get a poor installer, Control4 can be a poor system. So that's really important. Yeah, I mean, you've got a good team behind you, good bunch of lads. You know, I've met everyone multiple times, we all get on. It works really well. Oh, sorry, sorry. Yeah, I mean, John and Louise have been here, really nice, really like them, you know. I've actually asked for them to come back on jobs because, you know, I've seen the quality of their work as well, which, you know, I mean, it speaks about your training course. You know, they've obviously been taught the right way to do things. And yeah, that's Wally. That's my Nito D7 robot vac. Yeah, he'll go past over there, back to the charging base and charge. I just sent him out to clean the kids' rooms. The thing is, you know, I live in a big house, and I'm very organised with the way I do things. So as long as you haven't got USB cables and shoelace hanging around, robot vacs are fantastic. And it saves me, I've done the math, it saves me about 14 hours a month in hoovering. which is a lot of time. You know, I can spend that doing something else, doing things with the kids or watching a movie or, you know, going out somewhere. So yeah, Wally, he's great. I wouldn't be without him. The thing is, a lot of people, they turn the Wi-Fi off, which is fine if you're then going to bed, but the problem is when you turn the Wi-Fi off, you know, it can really cause you problems, you know what I mean? If you want to get your laptop out in bed and do some work, you know, wireless, you've lost it. So having their sockets, yeah, it has been, I didn't think I'd use it much, but I have, you know, and the thing is nowadays, kids are very, you know, one of mine's 12 going on 16, but he can be quite sneaky. So what he'll do is he'll go to bed, you know, everything's turned off and that lot. And then I might sort of like be up doing a bit of work in bed on the laptop, and then I'll hear something and he's put Netflix on the Xbox and he's got his earphones on. So I just off and he knows, you know. So it works because it's important, you know, at the end of the day, I think he needs to get his slate for school. They don't get enough as it is, but yeah, no, definitely as a parent. All it does is isolate all the sockets in his room. So the Wi-Fi's still on everywhere else, but I've got it in both the kids' rooms, so I can isolate them both. The younger one's not too bad, but he's still young, you know, once he gets to a teenager. So yeah, I think it's a really good thing to have, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I just pick up the phone and ring you. But yeah, and 9 times out of 10 it's sorted and fairly quick, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I think people have to remember at the end of the day, you run a business and you're busy. You're not always going to be available at the end of the phone, but I've not had anything that's affected my life. Do you know what I mean? It's not, you know, a couple of times we've had the Wi-Fi go around, it's turned out to be a broadband problem, nothing to do with, you know, the tech at all.
Yeah,
you know,
still supported you through that.
Yeah, and you've supported us through it all. So yeah, no, there's been no issues through there. You know, I think that's important as well to have that in place when you do a home AV. When you decide to go down that road, you need to make sure you've got continuous support. You know, if you want to change, I don't know, change a switch to do something else, that's been a really good thing for me to say, you know what, actually I'll have this switch do this instead of that, tailoring it to how you do things. That's something that you can't normally do. You know, you have a light switch, you turn it on, you turn it off, but being able to say, well, you know what, I'll have that light switch, turn them 4 lights on, dim them ones, it's great, it's really good. So yeah, no, that's been good, the support's been good, and you know, I'm sure it'll continue on. I've started at the bottom and worked up. So, would it make a difference? Yes, of course it would. It would make life more difficult for me. I could do it, but I don't want to, you know. I work extremely hard and I enjoy the perks of that when I come home. You know, I don't have to worry about if the kids ring me up and say, oh, Dad, you know, I forgot to take my key out or something. You know, I go straight onto the cameras, check the stand outside the front door, go bang, unlock the front door, in they come. I get someone press the doorbell, chime comes through. Oh, it's a delivery driver. Oh, hang on 1 second. Open the garage door, parcel in the garage. I can check on the camera, make sure that, you know, they're just putting the parcel in there. Done. Yeah, it's made my life a lot easier, without a shadow of a doubt. But I could live without it if I had to. I wouldn't want to. You have to have experienced this life. You know, some people have not experienced that life. I've experienced the life of not having much before and working hard and getting things, you know. But as Rich knows, we've been on the phone before, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning talking about it, and that's the lifestyle of somebody who strives to be good at what they do in business. You know, most people are in bed at 10 o'clock at night, you know. Sometimes I'm lucky. It's not so bad now, but I've had times when I was lucky if I got 4 hours sleep a night. And that's really hard and really stressful. But that's just something you have to do. You have to give up. I had to give up a lot to get what I've got here. You know, it wasn't handed to me on a silver platter. And I've spent a lot of money doing it, but I'm glad I've done it. And it's now I'm starting to appreciate the little things, you know, that most people don't think about. Like, I'll go in the shower, I'll just press the music button. I'll listen to some music when I'm in the shower. I tend to spend a bit more time in the shower now. I never used to, you know. Or I'll go in the bath and I'll watch the TV in the bath. Most people say, oh my God, how can you have a TV in a bath? But you know, when you've had a long, hard working day, for me, sitting in the bath, relaxing, whether I'm watching TV or on my phone, it just helps you wind down. And I'm probably in a situation that not a lot of people are in, you know, a single dad looking after 2 boys, running 2 businesses. It's extremely stressful. So anything and everything that can make my life more enjoyable and easier, I have. And I just say to Rich, you know, this is what I want. And he's like, okay, fine. I don't even discuss the money with him now. I just tell him what I want, because I know roughly, you know, it's not going to be, cheap, but I know it's going to last for years, and I know I'm not going to have issues, and I'm not going to have problems. You know, I'll give you a great example. All the soffit downlights on this house, they were 3 years old, and every single one was rusty. They were, you know, just a cheap soffit downlight. They weren't very expensive. And I spoke to Rich about it. He spec'd it. We got the soffit downlights in. They're in. Just having that made me feel better, knowing that there's, I think, a 5 or 7 year warranty on them, something like that. I haven't got to worry about lights for 7 years. You know, yes, they could go wrong, but I haven't got to, you know, pay to replace them. You know, these things, yeah, the cost is really important, you know. Most people, they'll buy cheap, but it's not always the best way. Sometimes you're better to save a little bit and get something a little bit better and ask around. There's always someone who knows something, especially Rich. Oh yeah, definitely. I've recommended Art Smart to all of my friends, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, but you have to remember, these boys are like the best in the business. You know, you're gonna have to save for this. It's not gonna be something that you're gonna get for, you know, a few £100. You have to be prepared to pay. You want the best, you've got to pay for it, you know?